No, we don't have to go too much further.
I mean, I think right in there was good because there's those alders below us. Yeah. So that was where we got on that raghorn.
So, I don't have my rangefinder with me. I got this instead. So we're heading back out to Stinger. And we just passed all these camps. They gave us the dirty look as it's way late and there's a camp spot down the hill. So it's about 8:30 at night. We're heading to our camp spot. Be right in the party when the first light hits. We're hearing some bugles already. And yeah, that's the master plan. See if we can kill a bull down in the biggest, darkest hole we can find and spend 10 days getting it out.
Well, season's over.
Season's over. We finally got that bull out.
Off the bucket list.
So it's actually a pretty... And just do some funky cow calls because I like doing funky cow calls. And a bull just gives out right above us, gives out a ooh. Kevin thought it was down in the hole. I was like, dude, it is above us. I cow called again, and I think I bugled, and then he would bugle and chuckled at us. And I was like, man, he's right there. The hard part it was the wind was just going straight up to him. And
Started up on that.
yeah, we started up a little lower, and the wind switched and went straight up. And we came down the ridge a little ways, and actually took the razor and drove the road down a ways. Hiked up a finger where old clear cut. There's elk tracks all over in it, but the wind was just straight uphill, and then to the left and to the right. We just pretty much assumed it's over. It's not going to happen. And but we said, well, let's just get up there, the top there, and see where the wind's doing. And he was sitting about where we thought he was going to sit, and we wanted to get a little above him if he didn't just leave the country because our wind was everywhere. So Kevin set up, and I went on the other side of him, and opposite of the bull, and just started cow calling. And nothing. I didn't hear anything. I said, Kevin's standing there. And then I hear a snap, crackle, pop. I thought Kevin was moving around, and it's like, okay, there's nothing here. Let out some bugles, some cow calls, and I was looking over at see Kevin, and I didn't see anything. I was just waiting to see him, come on over because, hey, nothing's happening. Let's see if we do something different. And I'm cow calling, and all of a sudden, whack! And I was like, oh, that's a shot. And get over there, and I'm doing really quick cow calls. Look over at Kevin. He's pumping his fist. And it's like, yeah. And I'm like, sweet, get over there. And we've got some blood already. That's been about an hour now. and we're gonna go do some tracking. So hopefully we can find ourselves a dead elk not too far. So this is slightly quartering to him a little bit. Pretty good blood trail. Not high. That's really high.
Maybe just spraying.
Yeah. There's a spot of blood here. Yeah, that's right. It's all over that tree, that brush right there. Looks like there's some bubbles in the blood. You see those tracks? He's still heading that way. That would be on your shot side.
Oh, it's all the way through. It went all the way through.
Well, it went all the way through, you think?
Well, it's bloody all the way from end to end.
Well, yeah. I don't think there's any blood on the knock, though. In and out, maybe.
Blood all the way on.
Either way, it's a good sign. I can get some shot of the arrow. Just down the arrow. So take a picture of the antlers and say "Bull down" to Greg. Sweet.
Incoming. 100 yards.
It's a big 5.
It's 5x5.
Yeah, big 5.
It's actually not my biggest bull. But he's dead. So, probably not going to be able to do this without crying. It's been a hard year. Last couple of days have just been hard. We've been bivvied in a location that just is a one of a kind, and every setup we had was wind was bad, every single one, or it would be good, and then the moment of truth would be bad. Miles and miles and miles, and today was just hunters everywhere, and we decided we're gonna get out of there and come back to camp, meet up, back up with Greg, who's back from work, and we stopped just up the road here, maybe 200 yards, at a spot we call Flat Tire Corner, because last year, Shine and I were riding up here and got a flat tire on the Razor and used all the things to plug the hole and tried to fill it up with air, but realized that the hole's bigger than the air that we had. So we made the 7-mile trip back to town, and the point of that story is that we had bugled off that corner. A bull answered us in the bottom, Now every time we stop or come up this road, we stop there and we bugle. And so we're coming down. You got to stop at Flat Tire Corner and bugle. Cheyenne bugles, nothing, silence. Lets off a couple of his sexy cow calls, and a bull, I thought it was below us, it answered up above us. A couple 100 yards, maybe 400 yards. And we went to make a play on him. We started up the road here, maybe 100, 200 yards or so, and the wind was just horrible. It was up and down, this way and that way, and so we decided, well, we're going to go all the way down to the ridge and just come up the ridge and work our way around to him, if we hadn't already boogered him already with the wind. So we kind of judged his location and where he was going to be, and we hiked up that ridge. You could see where he came up with cows, and he bugled a couple times at us when we were down on the road and responded to Cheyenne's cow calls. And up all the way up here, the wind was just, it was horrible. It was blowing at him, it was blowing away from him, it was blowing down the hill, up the hill, side the hill, towards him, away from him. It did everything but the right thing. We got up into this dark timber, and we kind of thought we needed to get a little bit higher because we kind of had an idea where he's at elevation wise, and we got up a little bit higher and the wind just locked and went straight that way. I was like, well, this is the most consistent wind we've had, and I think this is the right spot. And so Cheyenne dropped back, and I got in his position, and I saw this trail that he's on right now, and looked like it would be a spot that he would come out of if he was coming out of this thicker dark timber. And Cheyenne let out I don't know, half a dozen cow calls and did his thing over there, and nothing really, didn't bugle, didn't respond. And Cheyenne bugled, and I would say within 5 seconds of him bugling, I heard a couple big crashes, like an elk coming through the woods. So I was all knocked up and ready to go, and 30 seconds later he was standing right in front of me, and I saw him coming through the timber there, and so I just kind of got ready as he came out into a spot where I could get my bow drawn. I drew my bow back, and then he stopped, whether he heard something or he just being cautious or whatever. I held my bow at full draw for probably 3 minutes, and I was in my mind thinking, really, the wind's perfect. We bugled at Flat Tire Corner, and a bull responded 200 yards off the road, and it's going to come down to me not being able to hold my bow for 3 minutes. And I held until I felt like I was going to need to let down, and I was about ready to. I was shaking, and then my arms were starting to buckle, and Cheyenne let out a couple cow calls, and he just took one more step, and I sent it on its way, and I had a little tiny triangle. I showed Cheyenne where I shot through, and I shoot a lot. I shoot my bow a lot, and I know what the arrow does when it flies, and he was only 16, 17 yards away there. It wasn't very far, and had my bow dialed at 20, 21 or something like that, and I let it fly, tucked it right behind the shoulder. He was slightly quarter to, and he went crashing off, and Cheyenne's cow calling, I'm cow calling, and we met up, and earlier this year, Greg texted us. We knew his dad was sick and had the worst kind of cancer possible, and Greg texted and said his dad had died and passed away, and that was on July 11th. And so what any friend would do, I called Greg up. I'm not going to text him back on something like that. I mean, I did, but I was like, I'm going to call him up first chance I got. Called him up, and we cried and talked on the phone, and and I've really only known Greg for a year and a half or so. I've been hunting with him in Cheyenne, and known Cheyenne for a long time, but Greg for a shorter amount of time. Just really just grown to love that guy, and so it just was. I know how much his dad meant to him, and hunting and his heritage, and so we cried, and Greg ended the conversation. He said, "Someday, Kevin, I'll be able to return that favor for you." And 5 days later, our oldest son ended his life with suicide. And it completely changed the course of my summer and my life. And but in all, I've seen God's mercy and His goodness, even with this elk here, and just so many things that have the church coming around us, friends coming around us and supporting us and loving on us. And just want you guys to know that there is hope in a hopeless world. And no matter how hard things seem or how much things really stink. You know, when we got that flat tire down there, that really stunk. We hiked 7 miles to town to get an air compressor and stuff to fix a flat tire, and we came back up here and we still hunted that day, and we still worked on bulls that day. And as much as that stunk, we just continued to press on. And sometimes things in life seem like they're hopeless and there's no end, and I'm telling you that that's not true. It's not true, because there's a God that loves you, and eternity is so much more important than this world. This world is God's word said it's just a vapor in the midst of time. And I'm telling you that if you're feeling that way, that there's just so much more to life than the things that got you down. Because no matter how much they got you down, the people around you will be crushed if you do the unthinkable. And as emotional as this is, I love you, Justin. And I wish I could text you a picture of this bowl right now like I always do. And I probably will, and your mom's going to be the one that sees it. And I'm just so thankful for friends like Cheyenne and Greg that I get to just spend time in the woods with, and they let me be shooter, and I'm so thankful for that opportunity. And now I get to be caller and cameraman, and I'm looking forward to that too. And so we're going to get working on this guy, get him out of here. Got 3 more with Cheyenne's brother. So 3 more, and we got 2 weeks. This is the start of 2 weeks left. So God bless you guys.